Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Martin Luther King Jr. Love is a strange and mysterious phenomenon that is yet to have a finite definition. In the book, Deadliana, love is what brings Blackie and Clarence together despite their families being enemies. This idea of star-crossed lovers appears in a lot of stories like Romeo and Juliet, Penny and Seaweed from the musical Hairspray, Fiona and Shrek from Shrek, and Pyramus and Thisbe from A Midsummer Night's Dream. While love brings people together, transcending all boundaries, the lack of love can create boundaries and hate. An example of this is Blackie and his dad's relationship in Deadliana. Star-crossed lovers is an archetype that really emphasizes the argument of love transcends all boundaries. Star-crossed lovers is a term used to describe two characters who are deeply in love, but are separated by fate. They could be a couple in love whose relationship was said to be doomed from the beginning, or society, family, or a tragic situation. In Deadliana, Blackie and Clarence could be considered star-crossed lovers. Their families are keeping them apart, as well as the stigma around a white and black person being together. However, Blackie and Clarence overcome these problems, and in the end they end up together. The theme of acceptance and equality plays a large role in Deadliana and in the real world. Blackie, unlike many of the other townspeople, is friends with the Nungas like Clarence and Dumpy. Acceptance in the real world is something that has gotten a lot better in the past decade. Gender normalities, LGBTQ+ rights, the Me Too movement, and the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals DACA movement are just a few things that have gotten better as time has gone on. RuPaul's Drag Race is a popular TV show created by RuPaul, created in 2009. It's a competition for drag queens to compete for $100,000 and is starting to become mainstream. The idea of this would have been scandalous 10 or 20 years before 2009. However, through social media and pop culture, people like RuPaul or Ellen can have entire TV shows and be open about their sexuality. However, some people cannot relate to this idea of love and acceptance, bringing down boundaries. People around the world face violence and inequality, sometimes even torture or even execution, because of who they love, how they look, their religion, or who they are. In places like Iran or Nigeria, same-sex couples can be stoned to death or put into jail for up to 14 years. In Deadliana, Blackie is beaten by his dad for interacting with the Nungas. Additionally, the Nungas are mistreated by the entire town. For example, when Clarence and Blackie go to the docks, there are messages written on the walls about the Nungas. Love transcends all boundaries, whether it be racism, homophobia, sexism. Tolerance and acceptance and love is something that can bring people together despite their differences.
Everybody say love! Love! Everybody say love!